going on, everybody? My name is Ricky, and welcome to Filmtopia, the home of feel-good movie content. And I just want to welcome everybody to a live reaction watch party of Obi-Wan Kenobi, episode 5. Episode 5. Yes, we are on episode 5. You know what I just realized right now? That the amount of episodes in this Obi-Wan Kenobi series is the same amount of episodes as the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy. And I don't know why that makes me really happy. But anyways, I just want to say what's up to everybody. Thank you for being here tonight on a wonderful, wonderful evening of fun-filled Marvel and Disney stuff that we get to watch. We're going to get into some of our thoughts about last week's episodes for both Miss Marvel, yes, Miss Marvel, and Obi-Wan Kenobi up to this point. So with that said, everybody, I'm going to check in with the chat, and hopefully it is popping. Wow. Okay, I had to scroll back a lot. I see our I see Javon. What is going on, Javon? Oh, sorry, let me say it right. Hello there. Jonah says, I'm going to save my prediction. What up, Jonah? I'm going to save my predictions for when the stream starts, but let's just say this episode is going to make or break this series for a lot of people. And spoiler alert, I agree. Cool edit. No worries. You said it there. I'll say it again. Hello there. I've been practicing that since I was a kid. Okay, perfect. I'm holding you to it. Cool edits. Nice to see you though. Yeah, you know, that's on my wish list. We're gonna go down a wish list as far as maybe some of the things I want to see in these last 2 episodes, and we'll go through that in a bit after I get through these comments and welcome everybody and say hello. Blah 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 blah. Javon, this is another thing that we're going to talk about, just so you know. Okay, so I do think, wow, y'all went ham in the chat. I love it. I love it. Okay. Lord Basty says hello to you, Lord Basty. Shout out to the Philippines and all our friends over there. Nice. I love when the community like welcomes each other. And wouldn't you know it, our awesome smuggler Steel is in the house. A cloaked figure silently slips into the chat. Its shadowed eyes scan the room. Suddenly, they whip off the robe and proclaims, "Hey, you guys!" Hello, Smuggler Steel. Nice to see you. I see you guys were talking about someone named Ahsoka. Who's Ahsoka? I don't know who Ahsoka is. That's a bummer. Let's see. But Jonah does say it would break canon for Ahsoka to show up, and we'll get into how in a bit. But I just want to welcome everybody that is here. Thank you for being here. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button. Helps this video get out. If not, it's all good. Let's just enjoy tonight. I have a lot of thoughts. A lot of thoughts. Nice. Lord Basty says Golden State in 6, right, Jonah? I had previously said it was going to be Golden State in 7. Now I don't want that to be true because I want Golden State to win it now, finish it. Because if they get to a 7, I don't know, man. I don't know. Smuggler says, I went out to the Dune Sea and sacrificed a bantha for good luck for this to be a killer episode. The bantha had name Toby. I hope Toby didn't die for naught. It's funny. I love how the Dune Sea is like used in Star Wars, and especially after watching Dune, the actual Dune movie that came out, and obviously the books and stuff. It's kind of cool to have those cross-pollinate in some fashion. But man, y'all went ham in the chat, so it's like I don't know if I should read everything because it's partly you guys, you know, chatting amongst yourself, which is awesome. So Javon, Lord Basty, cool edits, Jonah, Smuggler, thank you all for holding it down. Thank you so much. QWERTY the First, nice to see you back. Hello. And Film Fan Deacon, we cannot forget our one and only Bob. What's up, Bob? Nice to see you. No, Javon, I'm just kidding. It was a joke. I totally know who Ahsoka is. It was a total joke. I am really excited about the series that's coming out. I believe it's coming out next year, and it's being shot literally right now. It's being filmed in this very moment that we're speaking. That's why actually a lot of the crew for Ahsoka couldn't make it to Star Wars Celebration that first day because they had filming going on. But yeah. Yes, Lord Basie, I did watch Hustle on Netflix with Adam Sandler. I thought it was good. I thought it was okay as far as a movie goes, but I really liked that the next day I woke up and just throughout the day I was like, I just realized that was an Adam Sandler movie, and that totally went above my head. And that's a great thing because seeing Adam Sandler in all facets, not just comedy, is pretty cool. And the incredible, I say, Oscar nominee worthy performance he had in Uncut Gems, and to see what he did with Hustle was really cool. I cannot wait to see him pair up with the Safdie brothers again, because they're already talking about trying to link up and make another project. So I am really excited about that. I'm so excited. Oh, yes, and I do need the Ahsoka series now. But Smuggler also brings up that right now, as we're speaking, literally, I think yesterday, Loki Season 2 began filming. That is huge news because that was, I think, the best Marvel series put out to date. And on top of that, it's going to further whatever it is Kang has going on. He Who Remains, whatever you want to call him, Nathaniel Richards, whatever it is you want to go by, he wants to go by, we're going to get more of that. And it's not going to be a movie, which is really interesting. They're going to continue Kang's progression or whatever it is he has in store through a TV series, which I find very, very cool, because most of the time when it's a Thanos level figure or villain, you would think that, okay, maybe they could introduce him in a series, but after that, he's mainly movies. So we're going to see him we saw him in Loki Season 1. We're going to see him in Ant-Man Quantumania, and then we're getting him back, presumably, in Loki Season 2. Let's see. That's the Queen Ahsoka. By the way, Joker 2 has officially... technically officially been announced. I don't know about officially the musical and Lady Gaga, just because I haven't heard it from Todd Phillips's mouth, but because of the big reporting, the big Hollywood Reporters, Varieties, THR, all of those people, they're reporting it, so I'm going to take it in good faith. And I'm actually really excited about the Joker 2. I am in the camp of, I think a Joker 2 could do really, really well if they don't try to repeat whatever it was in the second one. I think the Joker could be a movie or a 2-part movie or just a series, whatever you end up, if it ends up being a trilogy. I think it's going to be that rare movie that is able to capitalize on a 1 and a 2, like perhaps The Godfather and The Godfather 2. I think Joker 1 was a masterpiece. I think Joker 2 could also be a masterpiece, and dare I say it, it could even be better. Depending on what it is they have in store, obviously, but I have faith that everybody behind that is going to make it as great as possible. Because if you think about it, right, Joaquin Phoenix didn't want to do a part 2. A huge reason for it had to do with him having to get into the shape that he did for that movie. So he basically lost like a lot of pounds, and he was, as you all saw throughout the movie, he was bones and skin, and that's why they couldn't do any reshoots for the movie, because there was no way he was going to be able to get to that figure again. And so that was a big hesitation. Now, they might have written him differently to look different, but if he is going to go back to being very skinny like he was in the first one, I'm telling you, he's not going to do that for no reason. Nice, Lord of Basie. I'm glad you loved it. I loved it because it was a feel-good movie for me, but just there were some moments where you could tell there was some stuff lacking for me, and maybe it had to do with like NBA stars not being actors, so it kind of like pulled me out for a minute. But anyways, I do not know much about the Reva series, but I will say I don't necessarily right now. I want to be focused on Obi-Wan and Anakin. Please, whatever it's in store for these last 2 episodes, that is what we need. We need Obi-Wan and Anakin. This has to be their show. As far as Riva, I don't want to comment because I want to see what it is going to happen. They've basically told us that she has a problem with Obi-Wan Kenobi up until this point, but they don't tell us what it is. So I'm not as invested. I'm trying to figure out, okay, well, where do I connect with Riva as far as like, where is this going? I think that was something that should have been said in this past episode because we're running out of time. We're running out of time for these last episodes to fit in all the things that I thought this series was going to have, but we'll get into that as soon as I bring in one of my buddies, and that is Jonah. Jonah will be coming on in almost a minute. I'm just going to catch up with these last few. Lord Basty, yes, She-Hulk will be... No. I don't remember if it's the last, but I know it's one of the last. So either second to last or the last. Okay, there you go. Thanks, Jonah. Well, I will say this. I will say this. When you left me, I was but the learner. Now I am the master. That is Darth Vader from A New Hope. But without further ado, let's go ahead and bring on our main man, our very own EA Voss of New Rockstars, except here at Filmtopia, we call him Jonah. Here we go. Jonah, what's up? Good, man.
Well, it's going well. I mean, we talked a little before the stream, and
I know it's going well for you.
yeah,
we love it, man. We love it.
Well, since you just finished Miss Marvel, what did you think of that first episode?
Dude, I loved Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel was, you know how in the chat last week people were flooding in with, oh, it's a really good show, this and that, and then sometimes when you do that, you go in looking for that. Well, I kind of did go in looking for that, and I got that. I thought it was a great introduction episode. I thought the vibe and the theme and like the aesthetic of the show was very pleasing to me. And then Iman, I'm blanking on her last name, so if anybody does know her last name, what is it?
Bellani, I believe is how it's pronounced.
Bellani. Okay, Iman Bellani. She is perfectly casted. I love her as Kamala Khan.
Vellani. Yes, she's amazing.
Okay, Bellani. She is great. I love also her sidekick, or not her sidekick, but her friend, the guy opposite of her, the Tony Stark. I think he's really cool, and I love the parents and the family dynamic. I don't come from a Muslim, American background, but I come from like a Latino background, and I see a lot of parallels to the like family dynamics and cultural values and it just stuff, and I thought it was really, really cool. So shout out to the team over there. Super
I definitely was a hater going into it. I was like, this is gonna be terrible. Like, they ruined it, and I literally spent 15 minutes rewatching the scene of her when the powers like start to form. Sorry for spoilers if you haven't seen it. I know someone was thinking of watching it all 1 through 6. Well, she gets powers. Spoilers. That's how the show happens. But I rewatched the scene for like 15 minutes to like try and figure out how she could still get Inhuman DNA, and because that's
if you can really quick, go ahead and tell the people what your gripe was coming in to the show that kind of turned you off about it.
So my biggest gripe was there's been a consensus of how Ms. Marvel gets her powers in the comics, and that's through Terrigen Mist for the most part. And when they didn't use Terrigen Mist, I was like, okay, this is weird. This is gonna it just threw me off. I was like, so we're losing all the Inhuman past that she has and everything else that like makes the character interesting. But after watching the first episode, I think they're gonna take her. I think they can still make her an Inhuman in a very, very interesting way, which is her being a descendant of Inhumans. And the Inhumans could be from like the 1960s, and they could be from before the current time in the MCU, and this could be an artifact that was left by the ancestors of the Inhumans for their descendants to gain their powers. I think that'd be a really cool take on Ms. Marvel.
The good thing is, on my end, I have very little knowledge about Ms. Marvel going in. So to hear like what it is that how you think those Inhuman powers can still come into play is pretty cool. And then on top of that, I think the direction in which they're taking this, at least from the first episode, the first watch, it feels very promising. One of the things I had heard prior to it debuting was that it felt very young, like for a younger audience.
It didn't feel that way to me, actually. Like it did at the start, but as it started going, I was like, "Oh, this is Marvel. Oh, this is Marvel." Like,
Yep.
I see what they're doing here, and I like that. And I like that they're trying to not only pan out to a new audience for a coming of age story, but also give everyone else what they want from a Marvel project, which is fun stuff like powers and stuff like that. And yeah, so they've done a good job of balancing so far. I mean, Kenobi did it well for the first episode too. So we'll see where episode 2 takes with Marvel.
We gotta, yeah, no, I agree. Maybe that's a great transition back into Obi-Wan Kenobi, considering we are doing the Obi-Wan Kenobi episode 5 watch party live stream reaction, all that good stuff. You know, here really quick, Film Fan put it. I read at least the first sentence. So it says, my thoughts about Obi-Wan episodes 1 through 4 so far. So number 1, hello there. I agree. I love number 1. I really, really liked it as the opener. I said it that night that if they would have just given us that for 1 week and we had to mull that until the second week, I would have been totally okay with that. That was a great opener.
I think I would have been happier.
Yeah.
With the series right now, because it just feels like it's so short.
Yep.
And
feels like it's gone.
Episode 2 were just like one episode to me because I watched them as one episode. So yeah.
This is where I disagree though. Number 2, filler. I actually am in the camp of I like number 2 a lot because it still continued to push the movie, the story forward. Okay.
Yeah, me too. Number 2, like for me, was like, okay, so this is the plot that we're dealing with. We're involving Leia in a kidnapping, and the whole season is going to be us rescuing Leia and then never finding out that it's Obi-Wan that saves her and that it's Ben Kenobi. And then
well, that's gone.
Happened.
Episode 3. Wait. No, episode 3 is.
Episode 3 was on the other planet and the duel rematch.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So I liked episode 3 as well. The only gripe I had about 3 was this resounding, like the thing I didn't like about number 3 was in the fight sequence, I felt it wasn't properly shot. I thought it's out. It's out. Man.
Yeah.
Can you guys
the picture
Stop.
The picture makes the time worth it. Is all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Okay, well, everybody, I'm so sorry to do this, but we are going to have to cut the discussion short and go watch the episode. The episode apparently is out. I'm gonna bring it up on my thingamabobbo here, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and press play together. That way, we're all able to watch it at the same time. I will be putting as a matter of fact, I'll do it right now. I will be putting a timer, as you can see. Can you see it on the screen, Jonah?
It is covered a little bit by the text.
Okay. How about if I go... You're talking about the time?
Yeah. Go a little more to... Oh my god, I'm flipped because your camera's flipped. To your left.
Oh, I see what you're doing. I see.
There you go.
Like that?
Yeah,
Okay.
right there.
Okay there. Okay. All right, everybody. So basically, I'm going to press that stopwatch, and then we're all going to be watching it at the same time. Sorry about not being able to get the back to the comments, but we got to load this up because
I mean, I can still look at.
that thumbnail. Yes, you're
I
right. You're right. You're right.
I know. Smuggler is also ready for it. Cool Edit said record it. By the way, I don't know if you were been recording your reactions this whole time or not.
I no. What I if I do, I'm gonna rip them from here. Like just go.
Yeah.
But let me make sure my headphones are connected to that. Yes, but that thumbnail makes it 100% worth it.
Nostalgia Focus said the last 2 episodes should just be about Obi-Wan and Vader.
Or 1 minute, Jonah. Hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry. Say something again.
Talking about comments. Can you hear me okay? Or is it not working on your end?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Nostalgia Focus said last 2 episodes should just be about Obi-Wan and Vader, not as much about Reva, in my opinion. Opinion. I want Reva to be involved. I want her to kind of be the scapegoat for the whole thing when it goes wrong, and Vader loses Obi-Wan. And so that she can take the brunt of the death, and because there's no way she's living past this. And I think that whatever Reva series we do end up getting will be a prequel to this. I hope at least.
I see what you're saying.
Because it would break canon if she lives beyond this, because of, like, I don't know. Like, we've all seen what happened to Trilla. We've all seen what happened to the other Inquisitors. Like,
Hey, by the way, chat, type in right now, ready, if you're ready for us to start. I'm ready. And once we do that, we'll go ahead and do it.
make sure
Jonah, let me know. Oh yeah, thank you. I didn't do that last time actually. By the way, Jonah, if you can keep an eye out on the chat, just if you see any readies. If not, we're gonna start in like, because I think
Javon's ready.
Okay, Javon, nice to hear that.
Smuggler's been ready.
Okay, Smuggler's been ready. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this. You know how we do it? We go 3, 2, 1, press play, and then you'll see the timer start. All right, Jonah, you ready?
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. All right, everybody. In 3, 2, 1, press play.
As a reminder, we do not skip the recaps.
We do not skip the recaps.
What the heck is that warning?
Well, oh, I didn't even read it. What did it say?
Some images might be disturbing to some viewers.
Oh my God, we're going to Order 66. This has to be that.
I hope so.
Jonah. Oh. We're in it, guys. This is it. We're in the end game. Hit that like button if you haven't already.
Dude, you know who I can't wait to be canonized again?
You can't wait to what?
See Starkiller canonized again.
Oh, Starkiller?
Yeah.
Dude, well, they're starting to pull legend stuff. Like,
I know, that's my
even
point.
though they kind of kill them, right? Like, we'll get legends like the people who were frozen, the Jedis. But
wait.
I just love hearing Darth Vader. Terrifying, but I love it. Okay, no more waiting.
Dude, I saw this theory that they did to Lola what they did to Chopper in Rebels, that one episode where they took full control over it.
Wow. Oh, that looks like a new Lucasfilm, but like, doesn't that look extra bronzy?
I think it's the same one in the entire series.
Really?
I think we're just finally noticing it. There's a kitchen sink! There's a kitchen sink! What's the kitchen
Star Wars,
sink?
baby. Let's go. All right, Javon, let's go. By the way, Javon, we're at 1 minute and 55 seconds so far. So if you're a little ahead, just be careful. Don't spoil. If anybody is ahead, make sure to not like spoil it though. Okay, this is Coruscant, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my God, that Anakin!
Oh!
Yeah!
Ah!
Yeah! Ah, it's mullet! Obi-Wan and mullet!
We got it.
Bro! Bro. No way! No
Oh!
way! No way!
This is before episode 2, dude. That's how far they went back.
Oh yeah, because he's
He has
definitely
his arm. He's got his arm.
Oh, you're right. Great look. Oh, that was so quick though, but I know we're gonna get more. Dude.
Captain.
Smuggler, Javon, Jonah. The beam. Watch this, watch this.
Oh?
Oh!
What?
This is all part of a big plan that we're not in yet.
Yeah. This is all part of Palpatine's plan.
Probably, bro. Oh my God, that was another wish list. Okay, I'm gonna all right. Hey Jonah, the minute you see Obi-Wan, tell me.
Okay. Obi-Wan.
Okay. Because I think I was like 1 second ahead of you. So I don't want to ruin it for you. Oh, Hacha! Nice. Scary lady. Good business.
He's supposed to be an important character, but he doesn't feel important at all.
I 100% agree, bro. Wow.
This is
Hyperspace.
beautiful.
This is a Star Wars Edge Galaxy.
Yeah, dude, they have control
You're
over
right.
her.
You're right. You are right. Bro, we saw Obi-Wan and Anakin pre-Clone Wars. Or Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, they have complete control over her. Oh, come on. I'm not
Here we
gonna
go.
any of that. Thank you, Obi-Wan.
Oh!
Whose lightsaber is that?
I didn't see it.
Who's Obi-Wan? No?
Oh, this has got to be something.
Oh, all this is Jedi stuff of people who've came through.
Yeah.
Too bad he doesn't have what Cal Kestis has, or what Quinlan has, the ability to see stuff through the Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been so cool to see. Uh-oh.
Bro, this droid though. Lola. Smuggler. That I think it gives us all. I love how he. Oh,
More.
I told you,
I know.
bro.
I love him.
Bro.
Oh my goodness, we got the flashback.
And we're getting them because they're not done.
Uh-huh.
See, this is what this episode pacing, this no like bull. He's like telling. Hours.
This is great.
Mm-hmm.
Those drop ships are so cool.
I wonder who's in them. Is it Riva?
Probably purge troopers.
Mm. I loved how he said Vader has no patience, bro. That just adds to like
Purge
you
troopers.
know what they're talking about. Yeah. Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. Those are in Jedi Fallen Order, right?
Mm-hmm. Wow. What a shot.
I am just.
There she is.
There she is. But how are they going to escape the Star Destroyer?
They don't know there's a Star Destroyer.
Well, it's Vader's ship, that's for sure. Oh, I know how they're going to open it. So that's what Leia was for.
Mm-hmm.
Princess.
And that's why he leaves Luke with her.
What is that?
That's a comm device. Who the hell is contacting him? She's gonna find Lola.
This looks like Genosis.
Who is contacting?
I know, what the hell?
Oh. It's just a video. Oh, it's just a message. Try thousands. Obi-Wan's like, try thousands.
Guys, friendly reminder of that warning at the beginning of the episode, and we haven't got to that yet.
I wonder how much of it we're gonna see.
I know. I
Whatever
mean,
that
for it to
is.
be a... Is that R2? Oh, no.
No. It's just an R2 unit.
I forgot. Did we see C-3PO? We did, right? Finally, we're going to get to find out this Inquisitor thing. At least Reva's side. The Empire has no morals, bro. They're not gonna, like, you know what I mean?
Well, she might, but
like, there's no parlay. Parlay. I invoke the right of parlay. Oh, that's how he's gonna communicate. Here it is, guys.
Yep.
Here it is. Order 66.
Oh, he broke her. Or he's going to.
Come on, show us. Tell us. Oh, here it. Yes. Okay, we're here. Oh! Oh! Oh my God, they actually did it!
Oh my.
How did she stay? How the fuck did she?
Holy shit.
How'd she stay alive?
Oh wow. Oh my God.
Damn.
I knew it.
Okay, so that's why she hates him. Oh my god.
Oh, he did it. He embraced the Force. Episode 5, Hoth, the base. I'm still sus of that robot. We still haven't even gotten that like full warning thing. So
I don't know. I think that was their warning for that. Because they did show him striking like the
guess.
younglings.
we could get more though.
We could. I don't think that whole match between him and Obi-Wan are done like that flashback. Oh, total Hoth though. I totally get what you mean or feel it.
Every episode has had a thing for the last episode.
And this is 5.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Who was that?
Just some girl. Oh, she's dead.
Nah, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, you're right. Yeah, definitely. Smuggler.
Mhm.
This is like Rogue One with Katso, or what's his name?
K2SO.
K2SO. Katso. Dude, that's General Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's crazy.
Mhm.
Oh, Oh, shit. Why did she throw it?
I don't know. So much for Tala becoming Leia's guardian.
Tala becoming Leia's. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, my God.
Oh man.
Oh.
Oh my god.
The Grand Inquisitor. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Dude.
This is so good.
I know.
Oh my god, this lesson that he's gonna teach Anakin. This is how they protect Leia.
He knows he'll do everything. I will walk out. I will walk out if there's no lightsaber duel, though.
Oh no, there will be. He'll take Rava's lightsaber. And it'll be red on red.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. How it was blue on blue.
Mm-hmm.
And the 3. It's like poetry. It rhymes. There's Lola. I love that.
Imagine.
I know.
He might have kept one of the other lightsabers.
Oh, that's a good reason as to why they showed that, actually.
Mm-hmm. I know what's gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but I don't know.
She's dead. She is dead. She is dead.
Jedi mind trick. Joan, I have something that I don't know if I'll be able to forgive if it happens. Wait. Wait, what?
Now I'm confused.
I love how they got his like grunt right, or it sounds
Mhm.
like episode 3. What the?
What? Yeah, that's exactly what they did to the chopper.
Hmm. Dude, I think we're getting the fight tonight, and it's gonna roll over into next week.
Probably. We probably will get the start of the fight tonight.
But dude, Kenobi's not strong enough.
That's not true. Did you not see him in that hallway?
Yeah, but I need like some, I don't know, like
You're gonna get it.
acknowledgement or something.
You're gonna get it.
Imagine they leave and they forget Leia.
She's climbing down.
Oh, there it is. The hell is going on?
I don't know.
So confused. Okay, this is the last time he's gonna see her, probably.
Hopefully.
Oh, that almost made me cry. What is that? What is
He
that?
left the hollow disc. The disc. Oh, please. Oh.
Oh! Oh! I love that. Holy shit. Let her go, Anakin. Let her go. Oh my god.
Is this Reva that's gonna stop him now?
No, no, no. Obi-Wan's not even on the ship.
Holy
what? Oh, no one was on the ship. That was pretty cool, though.
Oh, wow.
What the? Is this how they're explaining the I was the learner and
Probably. He's so filled with rage now.
but I don't think Obi-Wan.
She's dead. She is so dead. She is so dead.
Dude, look at that.
I told you. Here's our lightsaber.
I was
fight
gonna
for the
say
episode.
I don't even want to see him use a lightsaber. Thank you. He doesn't need to use one. He can just use it on her. Oh, I've never seen a duel like this.
This is insane.
Oh, he's got the maul. Or she's
The
got
only
the
thing I
maul.
want to see him do is kill her with her own blade.
Yes, that's what I'm waiting for.
She did the lightsaber. Fly away while you can.
But dude, there's no way she can survive this. Please, just this is it.
Yep.
He's gonna give her one. He's gonna give her one. He's gonna give her one. Told you! Oh! Oh! We know how this ends.
Oh my goodness.
He is just toying with her, dude. Oh! Oh! Dude, she cannot survive this.
I don't think she does. If she does, then no, the music is finite.
Oh! Oh!
Oh wait. Oh wait.
Oh shit. Wait.
Wait, what? Well, there's the warning. There's the warning.
Uh-huh.
The direct stabbing.
Yo! Dude! Yes! Oh!
Damn. That's cold.
Bro,
They kind of fixed his
Vader.
head too. They fixed his
Yeah.
head.
Dude, she's not dead though.
No, she's not. The Star Destroyer is nowhere near them either.
Star Destroyer.
Yes, Carlos, it was. That made this whole episode worth it.
Oh no. Who? Oh, the Vader
Empire.
ship. See, damn it. See, the only reason why I'm like
wait for it.
mad is because I'm just mad because I don't want her to come in to episode 6, dude. Like, there's no.
No,
we don't
like
need
I
her
said,
to save the
like I
day.
said, you have Obi-Wan and Anakin, and then the Grand
Look,
Inquisitor.
look.
Oh no. He's realized it.
But I don't get what this means.
It means that she's going to Tatooine, and that he needs to go back to protect Luke, and end.
Fuck! That's where they do the battle. Okay, so we do get Luke in some shape or form.
It's not nothing, Obi-Wan. It's not nothing.
Oh shit. Oh sh.
Well, this wouldn't be canonical.
Hold on.
Or it will be somehow. Wow. This saved the series. Oh my god.
Oh wow, Andrew Stanton wrote this with Joby Harold. Andrew Stanton is the director of Finding Nemo.
Okay.
And Incredibles. No, not Incredibles. One of the other Pixar movies.
Wow.
Is there anything?
No, there never is.
I feel like this is one of those that could though.
Go through.
Really like Kenobi's theme, by the way.
Yeah, Kenobi's theme is amazing.
Wow. Okay. So we have one episode left, and they are going to include Luke.
Maybe.
Okay, so I have a lot to say. Let me go ahead and pause my TV. Okay, let me gather my thoughts. Jonah, if you want in the meantime, go ahead and let people know what you know.
This episode reset everything. I think they did a great job of pulling it into a streamline for the finale. We know what's at stake.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have a Maul-esque moment where
Like in terms
Obi-Wan
of
has to protect Luke,
okay,
and will do it at any cost.
okay,
Um, I think that we need to somehow lose Vader um, on the way to Tatooine.
mm-hmm.
But oh my goodness, this episode, literally the last 5 minutes made it for me. Even before that, it was already great. Like this is
Yeah.
by far like if I have to go through and give them scores out of 10. Let me not click on Marvel first of all. I don't have it. Part 1 was an 8. Part 2 was a 7. Part 3 was a 8. Part 4 was a 6, and then part 5 was a 9 for me. I love part 4, but compared to the other parts, it just lacked.
Mm.
I think because it left it so wide open. But if I watched 4 and 5 back to back, I think 4 would actually become an 8 instead of a 6.
Mhm.
Just because of how they connected the story through it. I really enjoyed this episode.
So everybody in the chat, I see people are saying yes, OMFG. Why Rip to Tala? Why did they have to kill her? Says Javon. Nostalgia Folk says, I really like this episode. Green Goblin thought it was freaking awesome. Smother Steel says, a lot to digest, and I agree, and I will explain how. Right. No. Javon says, it's so good, but so sad. Did Reva lose her head? The stakes were high tonight. We will see you next time, QWERTY. Thank you for being here, my friend. This was one of the most solid episodes. Awesome one says cool. Okay, so incoming the Filmtopia opinion. I have a lot going through my head right now. So one of the things so one of the things that I want to get right off the bat is I loved the callbacks. I love seeing pre Attack of the Clones Anakin and Obi-Wan, mullet Obi-Wan. Type in the chat right now. Type in the chat hashtag mullet Obi-Wan. I love that. I love that we got to get a little, just insight into Order 66. Hence the warning at the very beginning, and because of tragic events that have occurred in the past, few months and weeks, definitely needed that warning. Number 2, though, is I feel one of the things that I thought this episode did was it did answer questions, but maybe this just requires one more viewing for me, but also just from the help of you guys and Jonah on screen. I just have still some questions. And then number 3, I am so now I'm going to go into my nitpicks. So number 3 is it's not going to change. It hasn't changed yet. I'm waiting for the Darth Vader and Obi-Wan fight, but up until now, the cinematography and the way they capture these action sequences, like Order 66 and the flashback between his lightsaber duel, I like that. But there's something about when the troopers came in and they're literally face to face and they're shooting at each other. That there was something that I was just like, wait, you guys are this far away from each other, but no one's dying, right? Okay, so that's one. But number 2, I think my biggest thing right now as to why I'm a bit confused and just I'm a little worried. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little worried. Is Reva staying alive?
Yeah.
And the reason why is because with Reva alive, for me, that signals she will be involved in whatever happens in episode 6. But if she can be involved in any way except the lightsaber duel, I'm a bit worried as far as how this lightsaber battle is going to happen, because if this battle ends with Obi-Wan and Vader, like Vader gets shot from afar by Reva, you know what I mean? Like something like that is not going to sit well with me, because like I don't think that's necessary personally. Number two, the whole Reva thing, her staying alive was one of the things that I'm a bit worried about. But seeing the Grand Inquisitor come back was pretty cool. Seeing Darth Vader just toy with her, like he straight up freaking he force battled her. He used her own saber. He cut the saber in half, gave her a saber, and said, "Try me, homie." It didn't work. And so he stabbed her and he left her. But here are where the questions come in, Jonah, and I have this for you and for the chat. I want to know, as far as when he said youngling or whatever, or how about this? I'm a little confused as to what was her purpose, because Obi-Wan got away, right? So
her whole thing, well, I think she was just trying to, like, I don't know what happened, honestly. Like, it was confusing to me as well. Like, I was like, why are you now trying to do this now when Obi-Wan isn't even here? Like, and you waited until after he already saw the ship leave and he's already boiling with rage. Why then? Why not do it in the middle of him controlling forcing the ship back down to the ground? Why not attack him then when he's distracted?
Yeah.
Like, that was what was confusing for me. But I mean, as far as like the youngling thing, I think that was just her memory being melded with real time.
So the other thing that I'm a little confused on is, you know how when Anakin stabs a youngling in that flashback, but then she gets stabbed simultaneously in real time. Maybe I'm just dumb here.
From her point of view, it's supposed to be from her point of view.
Well, that's
not the first time she's been stabbed, is what they're implying.
Okay, so then she lied to Obi-Wan, because she said that she just laid underneath like younglings that had already fallen, right? That she played dead.
Well, she might have been struck and then she might have played dead after that, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I don't know. The way it was implied that she was stabbed seemed like a killer blow, right?
Yeah, no, I get that.
But
we saw that she lived from it anyways. So it's just like, I don't know. I feel like it would have raised the stakes a little bit more if she died, but I still think that we could get the Reva Obi-Wan versus Grand Inquisitor and Darth Vader duel. Not at the same time, of course. Or what we might get is a rematch between Reva and Vader, with Reva now being on Obi-Wan's side because she's learned of the Chosen One.
See, that is what. Okay, so that is exactly what I am worried about. I'm worried about, just because I don't want Reva involved in the fight at all. Reva, this was the end of her arc right here. It should have been. Even in a Maul sense, where, you know, even in that way, I don't find her involvement in this battle between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader to be necessary, because it goes back to, like, this is the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. This isn't the Obi-Wan Kenobi plus Reva plus Tala plus Princess Leia plus Luke. This is the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Hence, the reason why I'm framing it like this is because I feel like he should be the central point of it. Hence, everything should flow through him and because of him, where I feel everything's flowing through everybody else and he's just reacting to everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's how they wrote the entire series, though.
But okay, so really quick, I'm sorry to cut you off, Jenna, just
No,
because
you're
I,
good.
I might forget this. It's okay. So the reason why when this episode ended, it signaled to me that this isn't like the end of the series. Like
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe now in the season 1, season 2 narrative, because we're heading into territory where like is this the learner? Like I was once the learner, now I am the master. Like does that make sense? Like can they do that in episode 6 alone? Number
Yes.
1. Number
What you do is you
2,
unlock Qui-Gon, and then you have Obi-Wan transcend into more closer to where he is with Alec when Alec plays him. That's what you have to do in episode 6. You have to unlock that, and you have to either have him communicate with Yoda
Mhm.
or Qui-Gon.
okay, so here's what I'm wondering now too. It's one of those things where I'm trying to justify all that happening in one episode when I don't like that's just not good. That's not a good way to do it. It's a dangerous way to do it because to fit in Qui-Gon in such a massive part of the series, like climax of the series, can work, but I think that needed to be laid out starting like this episode or last episode.
Yeah, I mean it's been laid out since the start. He's been calling out to Qui-Gon this whole time, pretty much. Like episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, he called out to Qui-Gon. Episode 4, he called out to Qui-Gon when they were going into the ship and he was trying to use the Force. And then he started mastering it again.
Mhm.
Adrian has put a lot of points in the chat that are really good.
I'll definitely get to the chat right now.
Yeah.
But just
But
I kind of wanted to just like flow right now because it's one of those things where I'm curious as to what this finale is going to be, and I think more than anything right now I'm just worried.
yeah, me too.
But
I'm worried that they put it all into this episode and then they didn't kill off Riva. So like what stakes are there actually going to be in this series?
yeah.
Like I know Obi-Wan's not going to die. I know Leia's not going to die. I know Luke's not going to be affected because we know that. But Vader could get his arm chopped off again.
Mhm.
Riva could get brutally killed. The Grand Inquisitor got killed in the first episode. We don't even know how he came back from that.
Yeah.
Like we don't even know how they built this whole scheme to give Riva Grand Inquisitor to
Okay.
just allow her to think that she had power.
So really quick,
To bait this out of her.
really quick, the one thing I wanted to say also was with the thing that I was going to say though is the thing I'm most worried about, like more than anything worried about, is are we getting a lightsaber fight next episode?
I hope so.
No. I'm talking like I want to hear what people have to say in the chat. Let me know. Do you think? And I understand the obvious answer, but just take in everything that we've seen, take in everything that we know. Will there be a Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber battle in episode 6? And the reason why I'm saying it like that, and I'm not trying to be pessimistic or anything, but I'm just trying to, I'm trying to like gain like some support in trying to vocalize like, will there be an actual one-on-one lightsaber battle between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader? The one thing that gives me hope is, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go to it right now. And that is, if you're on the Disney Plus website and you're at the screen where you can press play, trailer, or plus, or watch party, that is Tatooine, and that is Vader, and that is Obi-Wan, and they're about to face off.
Mm-hmm.
That is my only hope right now. Obi-Wan, you're my only hope. But that is my only hope right now as far as there being a true one-on-one master versus apprentice, or however you want to, whatever you want to call it, that there is going to be a lightsaber battle between them. And Kathleen Kennedy has said multiple times now that this is the rematch of the century. If they can come through with that promise that it will be the rematch of the century, I'm good. But if it's not the rematch of the century, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I think it still takes a lot for it to be good for me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm in the boat where I want it to be good, and I will praise it for its goods and not necessarily bash it for its bads. But I don't like calling out the bads by specific, but it just feels like this should have been the end of it. Reva should have died. Obi-Wan should have gotten away and should have been able to get back to Tatooine
Mm,
undetected by Vader. And this series is over. The
mhm.
Grand Inquisitor's alive, and I would have been fine if it ended on this, honestly.
So,
Like,
and then,
if they added on 10 more minutes just showing Leia getting back to Alderaan
mhm.
and being safe and Obi-Wan checking in on Luke and him being fine, would have been fine. That would have been perfect for me.
I will
Because I
say,
don't want this to get any worse than it already is.
yeah.
And
So,
yeah.
really quick, everybody out there, I just want to let you know this is the home of feel good movie content. This is the home of where we celebrate movies, not necessarily critique them to like for critique's sake or rage bait or any stuff like that. What we like to do is we like to talk about movies and try to celebrate them. So I will celebrate that we are watching Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's doing a fantastic job like he always does.
And
Anakin,
Hayden is
Hayden,
killing it in those
he even got
flashbacks.
he even got his grunts right. You could hear that like all those good things. Darth Vader is Darth Vader is Darth Vader.
Phenomenal.
His
Phenomenal.
his force battle with his hands, chef's kiss. Except again, I wish they would have chose different cinematography to display that fight. Again, it was one big wide shot, and it just kept being a wide shot. I needed some insert shots, but anyways, all that aside,
I actually
I'm not.
preferred it to be the wide shot. I
You
think
do.
it was nice to have that angle to
Mhm,
just show like how worthless Reva is.
mhm. Um, but check this out though. So, with all that said, I want to like let everybody know because maybe like this is one of those things where you guys are starting to see like me not be completely, positive about this. But the reason why, and I want to make this 100%, 110% clear, 66% clear. The reason why is because I love Star Wars and I love the character of Obi-Wan and I love the character of Anakin and Darth Vader. And these are characters that they're they made me like Revenge of the Sith is like one of my favorite movies ever. Whether you think it's good or not, it's just one of my favorite movies of all time because it means so much to me. Saw it, I don't know how many times in theaters, saw it on DVD, the special features version, like endless
One other
times. I
thing,
know what.
Star Wars has always been so at the pinnacle of just contradictory. Every person has a different opinion,
Yeah.
and there's not one consensus. Like with Marvel, you have your consensus. Like Iron Man is the guy for a lot of people, and Cap
Yeah.
was the guy for a lot of other people, and it's just between those two. And um, between Star Wars, every other movie. I love this movie. I hate this movie. I love this movie. I hate this movie. I love this movie. I hate this movie. I love this show. I hate this show.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to make everyone happy, but the
Yeah.
people that you do make happy are the people that are going to enjoy the show no matter what goes on, and are going to enjoy what like what they're trying to tell. However, if what they're trying to tell has no direction to anything and just doesn't feel like it's adding to the story at all,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna start to get into that black and white section where, or not even into that black and white section, but just like people are just not gonna want to watch it if you're just not telling if you're not telling a story, and it's just
So,
moments, so to say.
so exactly. I feel like there's a lot of moments in this show that I really like, but there's a lot of missed opportunities. And I think right now, I'm not trying to harp on missed opportunities because what I'm trying to do is I don't want to justify the fact that those opportunities were missed, right? Like, oh, it's okay. Because then on the next show or on the next thing, that could happen again, right? Again, one of the things is with episode 6, the finale, if they can nail this rematch, I think a lot of things can at least be leveled out.
Yeah.
Forget about dividing the fandom, forget about how everybody thinks about or what they think about the show. If we can all unify behind this epic lightsaber duel, this epic rematch, the rematch of the century that is being proposed to us, isn't it fair to say I think we can all maybe get behind that and celebrate that? I think that's what I'm looking for. Again, I'm not trying to bash this thing for bash sakes. What I'm just trying to do is I'm trying to let everybody know I love these characters so much that I want like more, and we have one more episode to do that.
Like I said before, though, like if I don't want, like leave this era of Obi-Wan alone, but I want to know about those 8 other crash landings that they mentioned in Revenge of the Sith. I want to
Yeah.
know about the relationship before the Clone Wars. I want to know
Yeah.
about all this stuff in more depth. So like bring them back, CGI them like you did in this episode. It was pretty good, honestly. Overall, like they looked like they did 20 years ago, almost. Which is insane to think about. That Attack of the Clones was 20 years ago.
Well, I do gotta say, with this finale coming up, I think you know what it is right now, like where I'm at currently in chat. I just full disclosure where I'm at right now. I liked this episode. I think it's the Reva thing that her staying alive implicates or implies to me she's gonna be a big part of the finale, and I didn't want that. I didn't want anybody. It's not just a Reva thing. It is they needed to have led us to a place where this is between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, and that's it.
Because I think we're getting there.
I hope so. I'm holding out hope.
What I think will happen is, like I've been saying, Reva is going to be the first line of defense with Luke when she realizes what is happening there. And she is going to die again for real this time. To either Vader or the Grand Inquisitor. And then from there, or she might distract the Grand Inquisitor away because the Grand Inquisitor is going to be with Vader as of right now. So she might take the Grand Inquisitor away. So then we get a rematch. That's all I'm thinking. It's just like she's involved, but she's on Obi-Wan's side rather than being on the Inquisitor's side, and that way she can take whoever comes with Vader to that away from the rematch, and then we have the side-by-side duel like we did in episode 3.
Well,
but
let me ask you. I need help from you in the chat. I need help. So I'm a little confused as far as what was the okay. So when Obi-Wan obviously got away on the ship, on the secondary ship, it flew away. But I didn't understand Vader's plan after that. What was his plan with the Grand Inquisitor's plan? What did that mean between thanks for being like
Reva was doing?
Okay, they knew what Reva was doing. Okay, there we go.
They knew that she was planning on betraying him from the start.
Okay, they knew that. Okay, and he basically knew she was the youngling.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is why the Grand Inquisitor thing happened and why he was like so chill about it. I don't know what happened between episode 2 and episode 5 with the Grand Inquisitor and how he was able to relay that to Vader, but he was somehow able to relay it to Vader that she betrayed him, so she might betray Vader.
Okay.
Which is how Vader was tipped off about it. And then Obi-Wan talks to her, and then he's like, I knew Obi-Wan would use you against me. Or like...
Okay, so again, maybe I'm dumb, but I just need help on what does that mean? Like, okay, he used her, he got away, and then he's bragging to her about that she was useful, but he got away. Like, this is where I'm confused. What is Vader's plan right now?
I don't
Does anybody
know,
know?
honestly, because he didn't want to kill Obi-Wan from what he was saying. He just wanted
Hmm.
to capture him.
Yes, yes.
So I don't know what Vader's plan is at this point.
Yeah. Um, that's my point. Okay, so that's why I think when this episode ended, I'm a little confused and why the whole Riva thing is mattering to me. Because Vader walked away with the Grand Inquisitor with no, like, there's no, they lost Obi-Wan. Oh, wait, no, 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 no. They said the ship was after them.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, sorry. That loophole closed. Okay. But secondly, what's the point of Riva knowing the Tatooine thing? What does that mean? If she's not on Vader's side anymore?
We're gonna have to wait a week and find out.
Gotcha.
I'm not gonna. I don't want to put any thought into this show any more than I already have. I just want to go and numb my brain with Ms. Marvel.
Yeah. Smuggler says they are right behind the escape ship. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And again, chat, we will definitely get back to you, but I'm just right now kind of just streaming my thoughts on this. And I'm trying to voice into the universe that next week's episode manifest, that's the word. I'm trying to manifest into the universe that episode 6 will be what we can all collectively get behind, because this one was close for me until the Riva like continuation happened, and
If
then
Reva
also
died
just
there, this episode would have been a 10.
yeah,
That's the only reason why it's a 9 or even an
yeah.
8.5 for me. It's just because Reva lived. I'm like, and for me too, it's like you send out a preemptive tweet about your character, making us know that she's gonna be involved in all 6 episodes,
Yeah.
which kind of sucks because you like, not to like, get into what Star Wars had tweeted beforehand
Mhm.
with Riva and all of that, and what the people on social media
Well,
did to her was terrible. But it's just I kind of came into this episode knowing she was gonna live,
mhm.
just because why would you tweet something like that if it's not gonna be for a character that's in all 6 episodes?
No, yeah. I mean that, and I mean that to me that's a separate thing. But I
Oh,
will
I know it's
say,
separate, but
like
it
one
definitely
of the
swayed me.
I will also say that to me, I also had that inkling that her, the Grand Inquisitor, obviously, uh, uh, and basically like the top build side of the actors were gonna be here until the last episode. But it's the way in which Riva is going, like her, the implied position that she's going to have in this last episode is
Mhm.
just to me a little worrisome, because I don't want it to take away from this one-on-one battle. But for again, this isn't a Riva thing, everybody. So please do not get that misconstrued. It could be anybody. I don't want the Grand Inquisitor involved. I don't want Haja involved. I don't want Leia involved. I do kind of want Luke not involved, but I want to know how this wraps up with Luke. The fact that we got a solo shot as the last scene, I thought that was kind of cool, because it excited me to be like, well, what does that mean, right? Like, obviously we have movies worth of him. So what exactly are we going to get from this Luke thing, or is he just going to be the reason why they're there on Tatooine? And I'm okay with that.
He's
I'm okay
probably
with
gonna
that.
be the MacGuffin.
Yeah, but I'm okay with that, again, with Luke just being the reason as to why they all went to Tatooine. I'm cool with that. I don't need to see Luke anymore. We see him in everything else. But I will say, I'm looking at it right now as we speak. The homepage of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series on Disney Plus is them on Tatooine. I'm gonna just say it is Tatooine. It has to be Tatooine. Obi-Wan's in like sick Jedi robes. I think
What if it's
they're
not in Tatooine? Because, like, what if it's another desert planet? Like,
mm,
not to say that it's Tatooine, but what if it's like a planet that, like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think about it because, like, Vader would never go back to Tatooine.
Um,
He's like, after everything that happened in episodes 1 and 2 there to him,
mhm.
like, why would he go back? That's what I'm just trying to figure out.
I mean, okay, that I don't know. That I can't answer right now, but I will say if they don't if there's nothing, if they don't both go back to Tatooine, then the last part of this episode 5 made no sense.
Yeah.
Just it was for nothing. But again, I'm just gonna say we've just got to assume that is Tatooine that I'm looking at right now. At least from my point of view. See, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Well, then you really are lost. But really quick, yeah, chat, y'all went ham, and I love it, and thank you so much. And I'm glad that everybody's conversing between everybody. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start from the very bottom, and actually I'm gonna just start right here with Smuggler Steel. It says, "I will be honest, I don't feel like Vader would have left Reva to die. That's where I'm at with it right now. He would have finished the job straight up. That would have been Vader's move. She should be dead, dead." Yes, I agree with that. But I do really like his
Like, why does
force.
she get to live and not Trilla?
But
Trilla didn't even betray him.
Yeah, no, and there's just some things like you know where Star Wars Lucasfilm kind of screwed themselves. You know where they screwed themselves, everybody? Writing those sick ass comic books, because the things Vader does in those comic books are you don't like, you can't even process it. Like his suit is able to go underwater to the depths of the water. He can walk or swim in lava. He can. I do love that we did get to see him grab the ship, tear it apart the way he was doing that. So that was like a little insight as to how powerful Vader is. But I really, I just wanted more of that Vader like throughout the season. But again, episode 6 could change the tide in that way. But yeah. Okay, so Javon says, nah. Javon says she might turn though, you never know. But even if she turns, right? I think my problem with like the character of Reva is, okay, well now she's in a point where she's no longer on the dark side's payroll, or like she can't go back to them. And then where she stands with Obi-Wan, I mean, I don't know. So again, I'm a little confused. Because the chat is, I'm starting to like go right now from this point and on to the chat. If you guys can let me know, what was the point of her knowing about the Tatooine thing? Like, is she gonna go over there and kill Luke? Is she gonna bait them? Is she going to turn them over to the Empire? Is that her way back into the Inquisitor role? Like, what is her purpose of knowing the Tatooine and the fact he has twins? Anakin has twins. Adrian, my man, Adrian.
Well, she doesn't know. She doesn't know that Leia is the kid or that Luke is the kid. She just heard Owen, Tatooine, and kid on a hollow disc that was with Obi-Wan.
She met Owen. She's been on Tatooine, and Owen
knew that it was from Obi-Wan.
Yes.
And I will go protect the boy was what was said. So there's that. I don't know what to do with that information.
Dude, chat, let me know if you thought this too, but when Bail Organa when he said we haven't heard from you in a bit, I'm getting worried. Did anybody feel the same way? I was like, hey, that's us.
That's your audience right now.
That's
we haven't seen something good in a little bit. We're worried.
Really quick, before I read this one, I do want to say, and again, full disclosure, and I want everybody to not misconstrue anything going on. If you guys go back and watch all of the streams prior to last week and to tonight, I was telling everybody, and I still am, I cannot wait till next week. But this was a show that made me feel like, from episode 1, 2, and 3, I hadn't felt this excited about a show. The excitement hadn't held over or like continued like that for the longest for me. It was living up to what I wanted it to be.
Hmm.
And then there was just those little mistakes you make in the beginning where you're like, oh, I'll forgive that. But when they continue, that's when I was like, wait, this is a pattern. Like, this isn't something they're gonna
And
fix.
sometimes it's a mistake from episode like 1 that is still
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Smuggler says Anakin was reckless in everything except for killing, which sort of should have been the red flag from day one. Just saying. No, but I do want to also point out that though the whole point of that pre-Attack of the Clones flashback between Obi-Wan and Anakin, like the fact that they were dueling, sparring. See, this is why I got a little worried though, because what if? I mean, I think it's a precursor per se to the actual fight we get next week. But I was a little worried in the moment that wait, is this the way they explain I was once a learner, now I am the master? Like, were they gonna somehow like use that to end up canonizing the thing? But no,
I don't know.
I think what it's gonna be is that's where the poetry rhyme comes in. Where next
Yeah.
week we're gonna get to see an actual fight, but it's gonna mirror Anakin's continued arrogance, continued
Hmm.
um yes, arrogance. And so yeah.
Because Vader in New Hope isn't arrogant. He's cold and calculating. And he just straight up is just like, all right, if you're not going to fight me, whack.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
Whereas here, he's ripped apart an entire ship just to get to Kenobi. So we're going to see what lesson that is. And I think we're going to get one more flashback, hopefully, to right. I want it to be. Where do I want it to take place? I want it to take place sometime towards the end of the Clone Wars,
Mm-hmm.
in between the final episode of the Bad Batch arc and the first episode of the Siege of Mandalore arc. I want to see it in that era.
Ooh, that would be dope.
And there's your Ahsoka cameo. Or no, there wouldn't be your Ahsoka cameo. Not yet. Um, but that would be a nice way to show that he still has that anger and that arrogance and that aggression in this content. We know he has that arrogance. He freaking he pulled a war crime at the start of the Siege of Mandalore arc. He literally pulled a war crime and was just like, I surrender. Actually, now that there's your commander, yoink.
Yeah, no, Anakin is Anakin, y'all.
I want more of it.
I
That's
want
all
more
I'm
too,
saying.
dude. I want more. And so then that obviously like led me into saying like this is feeling like those season 2 rumors are accurate because
I don't want
they're
a
just
season 2 personally. I want them to wrap it up. Like,
no, I do too. I agree with you. But I am saying, but aren't you in a position right now where you're like, man, I want more. I want more Vader. I want more Hayden. I want more Anakin. I want more Ewan.
yeah,
And
no, I want more. I want more time with Anakin
yeah,
and Obi-Wan, not just Vader and Obi-Wan. Like,
yeah,
this is what I want. I want
mm,
I want while they're fighting in real time to show flashbacks of them training montages and stuff.
mm,
Like doing the exact same moves that they did in those training all those years
mm,
ago, showing that Anakin hasn't learned anything
mm.
because he's still using those moves.
That's how you want the flashbacks to happen.
Hmm.
Oh, Chad, this is
Like
what I wanted
side
to
by
ask
side,
you:
that's what the side by side fight could be.
is them. So like, yeah, because we've been theorizing that there is going to be a episode 6 side by side fight, and what we mean by that is there will be just like Anakin versus Obi-Wan, and then we have Yoda versus Palpatine, but it's like a side by side battle sort of thing. And I can definitely see what you were saying. Previously, what we were saying was it would be Grand Inquisitor versus Reva, and then Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader. But that would be kind of interesting to see, like the whole like this dance, right?
Hmm.
In the present, in the past. That would be actually kind of cool.
Well, honestly, you can seamlessly do it too,
Yeah,
of just them doing the same move, and that would
yeah,
be sick. That would be sick to have them going back and forth like that.
yeah.
Like it seamlessly goes in and out of like the timeline based on like who's winning and stuff.
And it would kind of give in to more Anakin and Darth Vader. I don't even know if it's arrogance at this, but it like the weakness of which they have, like the weakness
Being
that
too
that
arrogant and stuff.
being too arrogant, but also being too mindful, no, too like thoughtful. So what could happen with Vader is that he's thinking about the fight that happened back way when, like they're training, basically like he's not focused. His
What if
mind isn't there.
what if we get Revenge of the Sith flashbacks?
I mean, here's the thing.
Like
Chat, this is what
to
I
the
wanted to ask.
actual
Type it
fight.
in right now. Type it in right now. Will we get more flashbacks next week? I want to know. I don't know about Revenge of the Sith flashback, like ones we've seen already.
Yeah. Like I guess my question is, would you rather have new original flashbacks, or would you rather have them reuse, or not even reuse footage? They could make new scenes there too, because it doesn't go immediately between each one. And we've seen Vader. Vader's in his prime. He can move. He can move like he was as Anakin.
Mhm.
Like we could get him using the moves that Anakin and Obi-Wan were using on Mustafar.
So I know what you're talking about, because in Revenge of the Sith, basically like we have chunks of their fight,
Yeah,
so it's
when
like
they
boom,
cut
and then
to Yoda and
yeah,
Palpatine, they could fill
there's
us in
something
on
missing.
those
Yeah,
missing stuff. That would be cool.
that would be really cool. So I think what my answer to your question initially was I want to see new footage, but it can take place for me on Mustafar
Mhm.
or that Revenge
I
of the
think
Sith
that
fight.
would be perfect,
Yeah.
personally for me.
Awesome One says that's not in Tatooine. That's just the desert in California. That's a good one. It's true though. That or the volume stage. Smoke Steel says yes. The Vader comics are so good.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else does Smuggler say? We don't know what the point is. I think the point is they needed a hook to get her into episode 6. Yeah, we're gonna find out, obviously, but my theories are just they're leading. They're going down a path that I. What did she say? You're going down a path that I. What did she say? I'm trying to think of what Padme tells Anakin. You're going down a path that I can follow.
Yeah, I like something like that.
And that's where like all my theories are heading, is like a path that I don't want to follow. Let's see. I saw your stream last week. At least you seem more happy this week. Yeah. I'm telling you. Right now, I'm
watching Vader toy with someone is gonna make
from
someone happy.
Guys, again, don't confuse my skepticism for like excitement or enthusiasm. If I can see Vader, if I can see Anakin, if I can see Obi-Wan, mullet Obi-Wan, I'm a happy camper. But I will say, I think I'm clouded by the dark side right now. Smuggler says Vader is still a learner, just a learner in the dark side, which is accurate. It is accurate. It's definitely accurate, but they need to. There's definitely not of like a lot of showing or telling us yet. Awesome One says, hope they don't drag it out into another series. That's a big fear of mine. The fight in episode 6, Adrian says, will be Kenobi jumping into the back to tank with Anakin for some aquatic force slapping. Dude, but I'm sorry, but how's Anakin gonna slap? Like, he can't slap. Oh, man. All right, let's see. Awesome One says, Namor shows up in the tank. That's a good one. Oh, man. Jedi Bill 97. What's up? Hello, Filmtopia. Hello. Wacky says, pure cha-ching analysis. Vader / Obi-Wan cliffhanger at season 1 leads to more Disney Plus money with season 2. Seems like a natural. Yes, true. And again, I want to see more Ewan because they only have a finite amount of years that they can do this. So I'd love to see it while they can.
Give me before episode 2 flashbacks.
Yes, but
Just an entire series of stuff that happened before episode 2.
Yeah.
And I'll be happy.
Osman says Luke projects into the past to fight someone. Oh my god, bro. Stop, bro. Oh my god. Oh, sorry. Javon says yes. Fillers, yes. If I ever get a back to tube scene, I want a rubber ducky floating on the top one with a little lightsaber, and yes to flashbacks. Jedi Bill, hello Jonah.
How's it going, Jedi Bill?
Adrian also says, of course, there will be more new scene flashbacks. It's the only way to give Hayden proper screen time. I hope so. Yes. I'm trying to think really quick. What's another way? So he would have had screen time in episode 3 as Anakin when he like turned around, right, in his cloak as a vision.
Episode 2.
Episode 2
jump.
The jump cut and like the back to tank. So that's 2.
2, 3, 4. 4 did not have anything. No, 4 didn't have anything, and then 5 did, and then 1 didn't. So 1 and 4 he didn't. 2, 3, and 5 he did.
And the only reason why I'm trying to like figure this out is just because, if I'm not mistaken, there's like a screen minimum requirement, like minutes wise, that one needs to be considered. Is it a supporting actor or a billing? You know what? Take that all back. I don't think that's accurate for series and streaming. So let me not say that. Smuggler says, hey to Jedi Bill. Flashbacks next week, only if there's season 2.
I think that we'll get flashbacks even if there's not a season 2. I think that we're gonna get like a 50-minute long episode where a lot of the flashbacks go hand in hand with everything else.
Sorry, but Adrian said force slapping. Oh man, Adrian, that's a good. Awesome one says theory, Filmtopia theory. Dude, I'm so curious to know what everybody else is thinking. Especially Star Wars theory.
So
I don't know.
I can tell you right now, 23,000 people have voted on his poll. Wow. 92% have said they like the episode.
Okay. Can you see his face? Like, is he? I know he has like a very. He never seems happy.
He's so monotone with his face. Yeah. Like I would have to be listening to his voice, and I would have to go back to in the middle of the episode. I just want to see his reaction to Vader going off.
I will say though, Star Wars theory. I've looked because I've tried looking in the past too, but he doesn't have any crazy reactions, like no Soups level reactions, no Us level reactions.
I think his craziest was Luke with the Mandalorian. He does cry. He does cry. I will say that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But as far as like a jump thing, like, or again, Us or Soups level, definitely I've never seen that from him.
No.
And kudos to him. He's got to be him. So him being him is cool. Adrian says he's had about 10 minutes where he's on screen in the whole series so far. So yeah, that's why I'm saying like in the past, I've known, at least for movies, to be considered for like supporting actor or something like that, you have to have a minimum amount of like a percentage of a screen time of the movie. Smuggler says, so force slap fights do. Jedi say, I am not touching you. I am not touching you. Mace Windu, if you motherfucking Padawans don't stop that, so help me. If these motherfucking Padawans on this motherfucking plane. Adrian says, not counting when he's in costume as Darth Vader, of course. That's true. I think that's their workaround, possibly. I think that's what it is. The workaround is the fact that they're crediting Hayden as Darth Vader and he's been top billed in each episode so far, maybe aside from episode 1. So yeah. Adrian says, Theory said the episode was a banger. Wow. That is interesting. That is very interesting. Theory cries, but nowhere near as much as Kevin Smith. I haven't kept up with Kevin Smith in a while. But that's interesting. But it's good. I'm really, really happy. I think right now I saw some tweets too that
I have a theory.
Mhm.
The reason why Obi-Wan was able to sense why something was going wrong with
Mm.
Reva and with Luke was because of Qui-Gon.
Hey, by the way, chat, and for those of you here right now, do you guys hear anything on your end as far as my microphone? Does it cut out at any point? If so, please let me know. And this is what so this would be me tapping this, but if you guys hear it like I cut out or something, please let me know.
I hear it a little bit.
You do? What
Yeah.
is that? Has it been like that this whole time?
It comes and goes. Like sometimes like you're fine, and then sometimes you're not. And I was like, I don't know if that's your internet or if that's me and only me.
That's a bummer. Let me see. Into the settings we go. I'm gonna try this.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Ms. Marvel. Actually, I want to see where they take episode 2.
I am too, bro. Does it
Let's
sound
keep
better
it on
now?
Star Wars. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, sorry. Thanks for the heads up, my friend.
Hey,
Let's
Joe,
see.
you weren't supposed to spoil that for everyone.
I didn't see what he said. Oh, shit. I thought it was an actual spoil. I'm glad to hear this. Smuggler really is very happy. I thought it was a great episode. I'm gonna rewatch it. I'm really excited to rewatch it. I want to see the Vader fight again. And just, I thought it was a well paced episode. I was telling you this during.
The pacing of this episode was probably the best of the entire series.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it might be a little recency bias, but overall, it felt really good, and it continued the trend of each episode paying homage to the original 6, in some way, shape, or form, with basically having the Battle of Hoth in the base recreated.
Yeah, definitely. Like, there's been a lot of parallels and a lot of I don't know if you want to call it homage.
Last episode felt like the Death Star a lot, and it felt like sneaking around the Death Star. And then episode 3, we had the duel. And then episode 2, what was episode 2?
The Hong Kong city.
Yes, the Undercity.
And that felt like Coruscant. That felt like the underworld too.
And then episode 1, we had Tatooine.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So episode 6 should be Ewoks.
No, episode 6 is going to be the duel between the master and the apprentice, and or the person who thinks is the master, who thinks they are the master, versus the person who they think is no longer the master.
Very true.
Just like how Palpatine thought he was the master, but he was no longer the master.
Hey, and we really didn't get a Palpatine anything. Like, nothing. Have we heard about the Emperor? Like, even mentioned the Emperor, the name Emperor? No, right?
No.
Okay.
This has all been Vader.
Which is
pretty cool.
Yeah. Wacky IP. What's up, Wacky? Do you think that Vader and Obi-Wan face off in the Naboo Taboo Cantina and the outcome is the cliffhanger to season 1? Yes, that is my theory, and I'm running with it, and I'm taking this. The Naboo Taboo Cantina lives on. Oh, man. I really got to make that shirt. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for letting me know. And Smuggler, thank you so much for letting me know.
I'm curious. Adria's later comment when you get there. I'm curious. What would that insanely spectacular thing be, in your opinion?
For episode 6,
Well, no,
like,
because he's like
let
he's
me get to his
saying,
thing.
yeah,
A big This is what Adrian says. A big improvement overall, but the series is beyond saving at this point. The only thing that could redeem it is something completely unexpected and insanely spectacular in episode 6.
what would do that for you?
Yes, Adrian,
That's what I want to know.
I want to know. And in the meantime, everybody, please also put it in. Type in right now what you think would be just insanely spectacular for you. And you may not think, and you may think the show doesn't need saving, but forget the show needing saving for you. Just, I want to know what you think would be insanely spectacular to happen in episode 6. Jonah, I ask you, and if you're not ready, let me know, but do you have anything of that sorts?
I mean, I've been saying it this whole time. Like, I just want to see. I want to see, not necessarily see, but like a Yoda cameo would be super cool. Um, I think it would also be super cool. I don't think it would happen.
What?
Some kind of reference to the Bad Batch, or like, I feel like the Bad Batch like coming in. I feel like that would be something that would be kind of cool.
Oh, the Bad Batch. I didn't even hear that.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I think that the Bad Batch coming in would be pretty cool as like a way to help them no longer get tracked by Vader.
Mhm.
Like they get off the ship and they meet the Bad Batch, and the Bad Batch take them back to Tatooine. I think that would be super cool, personally, just to get more connection.
Let
But
me
I
ask.
know that they're not going to bring them in. That's the
Mhm.
thing. So it's just like, realistically, what can I expect to be unexpected? That's the hard part.
Well, I'll give you some time to think of that if you want, but I will say, just to confirm, if we got a Bad Batch live action, okay, this is what I need help on. Who? They're not all Tamura Marison though, right? Like,
No, I mean,
maybe
no, I wouldn't cast more as all
no.
of them. I wouldn't even cast him as Hunter, who's the most like quote
The
unquote
most,
normal.
yeah.
Actually, no, I would cast him as Echo.
Echo.
Other than Echo, I would say different actors.
Um, really quick. Let me see. Like most shows, where are we? Okay, this is awesome ones. Vader flies through space and slices a planet in half with his lightsaber. Okay. Hey, since we're in the theory field anyways, let's go. Let's go there. So
Yeah,
Adrian says,
let's go to Star Wars Visions for our theories.
that's funny. No idea, something unexpected, something that would make us see things completely differently, like maybe a setup for the future Star Wars. So
Quinlan Vos and Grogu.
I think he has a two-parter. So he wrote a two-parter. Let me get to his, and then we'll come back to everybody else's. Adrian also says, continued, something that would flip the script and exceed people's expectations. It's always tricky with prequels, but if you look at something like Better Call Saul, it's 100% possible. Yet,
Yeah.
yes,
That's true.
guys,
That is so true.
I am maybe in the minority. Again, prior to me watching and experiencing Better Call Saul, I was in the minority. I was or in the majority of saying Better Call or Breaking Bad is the best thing on television ever, all time, blah blah whatever. When I watch Better Call Saul, I don't understand what it did to me, but I dared to say it might even be better than Breaking Bad. So, yes, Adrian's 100% correct with that take. But again, insanely spectacular to happen in episode 6. I'll get to that. I'm going to read some more, but I'll tell you what I think mine would be. Javon just wants to be surprised. Here, smugglers. I want Obi-Wan to defeat Vader like he did a pack of sand people in Legends. He cuts the clothes off the sand people and they run away. Stripe off. I joke. Kenobi gets his own episode. Sorry, that's a good one, man.
Episode 1? Oh wait, no. Episode 1 had Leia.
No, but you know what? I will say, episode 1. Here are the episodes that I felt were his episodes. Oh wait. Oh, Schneike's now going through that. He like first half of episode 1.
And then we
Outside of
meet
that,
Leia.
he hasn't been alone.
Nope.
Interesting. Smuggler says we need an amazing final showdown between Obi and Vader. Okay, cool. Again, I'm gonna get through these, and then I'm gonna. Oh, this is a good one. Better Call Vader. That is so good. I'm gonna frame that one. Wacky says, I think the story has to end with 1, Obi-Wan's still the master. Okay. I like that. 2, Vader still enraged and merciless. Agreed. 3, learns nothing about Luke or Leia. I think we need to send this across the internet, dude. This is it. Like, definitely.
So keep it canon, is what you're saying.
Basically. But as far, this is an insane.
He has a part 2, by the way.
I'm sorry.
He has
a part 2. Wacky. Let me see. I do see a part 6.
Vader and Obi-Wan.
Oh, Vader and Obi-Wan lightsaber battle. I do not want to see any additional characters introduced. End credits. Obi-Wan season 2. Let me read that one more time. Part 6 would be Vader versus Obi-Wan lightsaber battle. I do not want. Okay, yes, same here. I do not want to see any additional characters introduced. Yes. End credits. This is where I can see something else being introduced and then give us season 2, right? Let me see. Okay, but going back to, I think Adrian.
Imagine if there was a post-credit scene and it just panned over to Ray Park.
Oh, that'd be cool. Oh man,
just setting up the Crimson Dawn for a solo film.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Hey, they did. Who told him? Someone told Jon Favreau. Who told
to
him?
Rewrite the sequels with the original plan.
That'd be great. But the other thing I was going to talk about was someone told Jon Favreau recently, whoever worked on Solo, they said if there's any way you can bring back to life, not back to life, but
back to the big screen,
back to the like give us back and like let's explore. What was her name? Kira. If give us Kira and Crimson Dawn and all that good stuff, and I love that. I would love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's anybody that could do something amazing with it, would be the team of Jon Favreau and Mr. Dave Filoni.
Yeah, I wish they were in charge of this. Maybe Adrian would like it.
No, seriously, and it's valid though because man, these guys are. I will say Dave Filoni he's not officially biologically, but it's been said George feels that Dave is like a son to him. And I mean, you can throw that around very loosely. I don't think George Lucas does that loosely. I don't think George Lucas entrusted him with the Clone Wars, entrusted him with basically his legacy to just anybody, right? Well, he kind of did in another way, but we'll leave that for another day. But I
whole nother topic.
But I will say his faith, his trust, his relationship with Mr. Dave Filoni is a huge part as to why we get a lot of great things that come out of the camp of the Filoni and the Favreaus, because they're unified in remembering that this is George Lucas's world story, and what they're trying to do is carry it forward, not necessarily diminish or shy away from what came before, per se.
I agree. I also think that if I'm looking at this in a nutshell as of Star Wars from The Force Awakens till now, it's personally for me, it's better than The Force Awakens. It's better than The Rise of Skywalker by far. Though I do think that they are going to make us regret memeing somehow Palpatine returned. But until then, it's better than Star Wars Visions. It's not better than Mando season 1 or season 2. It's a little. It's on par
with
with The
Boba.
Last Jedi for me.
Oh.
Boba's still above a little bit. I like The Last Jedi is my favorite of the 3
Mhm.
that came out, just because of what it did as far as like breaking the rules, so to
Mhm.
say. Um, there are moments that I really hate in The Last
Mhm.
Jedi. Don't get me
Mhm.
wrong. The casino scene, the whole everything on that planet. If you take that out of the movie and you take out Rose's subplot of trying to kill herself to save Finn, that's a good movie in my opinion. But that's another story for another
Yeah.
day.
And full
I
disclosure, I
s-
think this is why also like this is a cool like dynamic between us and just the what Filmtopia represents. It's like everybody, right? We like to everybody's opinions matters, and so I'm of the opposite spectrum. I do not like the Last Jedi. Like what I
no,
did,
I didn't like it at first. I had to
yeah.
watch it. How many times have I watched the movie now? Like 45, 50 times since it
Mhm.
came out on DVD alone.
Yeah.
And so like I had to force myself to sit through it to understand why I like it so much.
Mm.
And I don't know.
No, well, here's my if anybody wants to know. So my thing with the Last Jedi is while it's to me there's a lot of things that are like inherently wrong with it because I feel like it just goes in a direction that felt very selfish to me, right? And the reason why, and this has more to do with the upper echelons of who's running all this, the fact that there was no like real through line that they needed to abide by. It just felt like each director, and this goes for each director got a swing at one
It still
episode.
feels that way sometimes with these shows where it's like each director is getting a swing at it.
Yeah. Yeah, but just really quick, I just want to wrap up the Last Jedi thing and the thing that but the most surprising thing about it all is I am addicted to watching the Last Jedi from all of the sequel trilogy movies, and it's the weirdest thing, but it's because of Snoke. I was a
Oh
huge
yeah.
fan of the Snoke character, where they were going to go with it, this and that, and it's kind of in line with what we're doing with Vader right now, right?
hmm
I am addicted to the show because even the little 1 seconds we get to see a Vader or Anakin or Ewan, I'm just like, oh my god, that's so cool. So it's kind of the same thing with The Last Jedi. I rewatched The Last Jedi probably the most of the sequel trilogies because of Snoke, because of the potential I felt like it could have gone, right? Like I have like issues with certain directions. And it's weird. Each time I watch, I'm like, oh, maybe this time it'll go this way instead of that way.
I'm like, hey, maybe they won't go to that casino planet. They went to
Yeah.
the casino planet.
And I promise you guys, I'm not making this up. I truly do that with each watch. But it's what the one thing I really give The Last Jedi is it was ballsy. It was very
There were
um
stakes.
there were stakes and there was something that made it different, and I respect that. And George Lucas likes does that. He's the one that laid that out. He wanted to make sure each episode, each movie of his was different. There was no retreading. There's poetry, it can rhyme, but there wasn't, episode 4 A New Hope and then The Force Awakens. They're
hmm
basically the same story or the same
Yeah.
thing.
It was
Um
basically copy paste except swap gender.
yeah.
But that's why I like The Last Jedi. They tried to make Rey less of a Mary Sue
Mhm.
because she really seemed like one in The Force Awakens, and then they tried to make her seem less like one, and then J.J. Abrams came back and was just like, Mary Sue.
You know what though? Let me interject. I will say I think the sequel trilogy could have worked as a whole because right now it doesn't work as a whole. But I think it could have worked as a whole if they would have gone with Colin Trevorrow's script of the Duel of the Fates. That's an amazing
Oh, I
title.
agree. Oh, I agree.
Dude, the title alone is just incredible. The stakes are in the title. So that's one. And two, if you guys haven't seen it or watched it summarized or read it, go do that as soon as you can. It is I think it's a great story, and
I
I think
think
it's a
it would
great
have
finish.
been. I think it could have been up there with Revenge of the Sith and Rogue One for me
Mhm.
as the best Star Wars movie ever
Yeah.
made.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. And then with Kylo Ren, Adam Driver's performance, forget
Oh my
about
god.
the sequel trilogy as a whole. Just Kylo or Adam
That's my
Driver.
point. That's my point. Like his best performance was in The Last Jedi.
Yeah, and
He
it
got the shine in that movie.
and I think his performance could have been even crazier in um Duel of the Fates. Whew.
Oh yeah.
Imagine. But let me get back to some. Adrian says I love the Last Jedi, but I agree there are some cringy moments. Awesome one says, "Where's Broom Boy?" I mean, come on. But overall, Adrian does think the Last Jedi is the best of the sequel trilogy. I loved it the first time I watched it. I remember going into work the next day thinking most people liked it, and everyone there laughed at me. So what happened in theaters for me, it's so funny. In theaters, when we got the Luke versus Kylo Ren thing, I legit I sat there through the credits, and I'm just like, I was like, no. It was one of those moments again where I'm like, no. Like, there's no that did, like there's got to be more, right? Like they're actually gonna fight, but it didn't happen. That's how I was in the theater. Let's see. Adrian says, I guarantee the sequel trilogy is the biggest regret Disney Lucasfilm have. That I know that I don't know, but that I think is the case. Shouldn't have been rushed, and it should have been planned from start to finish. I think.
Go ahead. I think that they're now building towards that end game and trying to make it as canonically coherent as possible, which is why I'm saying like they're gonna make us regret memeing somehow Palpatine returned. I hope they do. That would be amazing. I would love that. I'm still under the mindset of the
And
Filoni
explain it
timeline.
really quick to people if they don't know. You're talking about switching timelines, not
So
erasing the sequel trilogy.
even before that though,
Mm-hmm.
if we keep the sequels how they are and
Mm-hmm.
they are canon and whatever they're canon, just delving into the whole idea of how Palpatine started cloning and how he was able to clone himself would be would add so much more to those movies and would do what Clone Wars did for the prequels, in my opinion. However, if we want to talk about switching timelines, in Rebels season 4 um episodes 12 and 13, we are introduced to the world between worlds, which is this pathway between time and space and all of reality. This is how, and spoilers if you haven't seen Rebels, this is how Ahsoka lives. Well, not spoilers because you've seen Mandalorian. Mandalorian takes place after Rebels. But this is how Ahsoka lives. She is pulled from mid-fight against Darth Vader and is saved by Ezra.
By Ezra.
And then Ezra and Ahsoka come across Kanan's death, and learns his final lesson from his master about sacrificing himself for the greater good. And then Ahsoka and Ezra fight Palpatine. Palpatine tries to drag them through his side of the portal so that he can have access to it. And that pretty much turns into what the end of Rebels season 4 is all about, is Palpatine getting access to the world between worlds. And well, Ahsoka gets back to her part of the timeline safely, and so does Ezra. And Ahsoka promises to go and find Ezra when she gets back.
Mhm.
But until then, until that moment at the end of Rebels, in the post credits, what would be the post credits, so to say, she is exploring the temple on Malachor. Malachor, was that the
Mhm.
planet? Yeah,
Mhm.
she's exploring the Sith temple and learning the secrets there. Um, this is what is to led a lot of us to believe that there is an alternate timeline, because if Ahsoka doesn't live, Mando never finds her, which means Grogu gets captured and stays captured, and they figure out how to clone midichlorians, and they clone Palpatine and all of that. But because we're on this new timeline, what is thought to be this new timeline, um, I am tired. But because we're
Yeah.
on this new timeline, God, because we're on this new timeline, we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Ahsoka
We're
is
in
the main character of this new timeline, is what is being told to us. And Mando and Luke are playing the supporting cast now, as Ahsoka is going to go into the outer rim.
the the yeah, so with the Ahsoka show that is coming, that is what we're presuming is going to be explained to us. It's what's going to lead to like this end game event of like this Thrawn as Thanos, this all these, we've got Mando, Boba Fett, like
I
all
don't
these
think
different.
Thrawn's gonna be a villain.
True, true, that could happen as well. But all these things leading towards this calamity or like this big thing that I think we'll probably experience theatrically. I think that's what's going to end up happening, but only time will tell. And really quick, thank you for the rundown, Jonah. And
Yeah, of
I know
course.
I know we're in the wee hours of the night, but um, can't wait to see the reaction. The streams I follow, they're gonna hate it. um, Adrian says, "See, the fact that you're saying you want to rewatch it the most is what makes it the best for me. Rewatchability is the key factor for me when I rate films." But Adrian, just really quick clarification. I don't know though if it's a good thing that I want to. Why I want to rewatch it? It's because like each time I watch it, there's just so much more I want from it. There's different directions I want it to go in, and for some weird perverted reason, that's not the best word to use, right? But for some weird reason, like in perverted, I mean that in like a vocabulary type of way, not in its literal sense. But I like seeing Snoke on screen. I love Andy Serkis as that voice, as the character, as the motion capture. I thought he brought so much to the character and to the stakes and all these things.
Twisted, immoral,
Yeah, it was just
debauched.
it was
There you go. There's your synonyms.
there you go. I was trying to. I loved it was a fresh take on a villain, from Palpatine, right? Because we had Palpatine, we thought he was dead, but somehow he returned. So to see Snoke was a breath of fresh air, but some familiarity, and I just thought he was gonna be this badass, like crazy backstory. One of the interviews JJ and I think people were doing when they were promoting, I think The Force Awakens, was that Snoke was. I don't want to mince their. I don't want to like put words in their mouth, but to me, it came off as they were saying, "Oh, he's gonna make Palpatine look like breadcrumbs. Like he's gonna be crazier than Palpatine." And so that's what I thought was gonna happen. But I give it to you. I do rewatch it for a plethora of reasons. I cannot stand though the Casino Planet at all. I think I. So I will say this: I rewatch it, but it's literally I like skip around to see the scenes I want to see.
I mean, that's what I do too. I skip the cantina.
Yeah. But I will also say this to everybody. I do that with the Rise of Skywalker with mainly the Palpatine scenes because I just love Palpatine as a character too. So I love hearing like his voice. I love seeing,
It's,
but
I
it
think
is bad.
I think what also happened with Rise of Skywalker is that it
Yeah.
came out at the same time as Endgame and was basically telling the exact same story. Um, a villain that you thought was dead has
Yeah.
come back from the past to haunt you,
Yeah.
and you have to get everybody and their mother to come and save the world, the galaxy. And Endgame did it better.
Awesome One says, I rarely rewatch anything actually. It takes about 10 years for me to forget a story. That's pretty good. It takes me about 10 minutes. Wacky says,
What happened in episode 5 of Obi-Wan?
oh man. Let's the next comment. Never forget that Star Wars is made for kids and is styled after old-time movie adventure serials like Flash Gordon. Very true. These days, so many lose the perspective that you can watch Star Wars content just for fun. True. And just to refresh as to what you're alluding to about it being for kids, George Lucas, the creator, obviously, always told whoever's working, or he left people when he sold it to Disney, and when he speaks with any of the filmmakers working now, his biggest message, and he tries to channel that through Dave Filoni, because Dave Filoni then disseminates that to everybody else, which is never forget to make sure that you make these stories hopeful, because kids need hope, and I think that's a great outlook on how to do this. I do think just sometimes though that does run the risk of it being too censored and not allowing the story to really play out how it should. But I think with the likes of Rogue One, with Rogue One being made, it's there for us to see. I have full faith that they can pull off stuff. And I mean, even this episode with what we saw, that's not kid friendly, but again, it definitely teeters that line. Sorry guys. Adrian says you can see the reparation breadcrumbs, Jonah. I agree. Where am I? Cloning has been a backdrop to all these Disney Plus shows. Why? Because Palps was all about cloning himself for perpetuity.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're gonna make us regret memeing somehow. Palpatine returned.
Somehow Palpatine returned. I remember Theory talking about Palpatine Master was seeking eternal life, and only killing one's master can lead to it. There is okay. That's a whole different thing for another day.
That's I'm not gonna dive in.
But I know what you're talking about. Awesome One. Adrian says Palp still isn't dead. He embedded a small part of his conscience into Rey during their battle. This will all be revealed in 2035 when the dark side awakens. That's actually super funny. Guys, oh my God. Anyways. Oh, never mind. Smuggler says, Malachor, an important planet in the extended universe via Knights of the Old Republic. So many Jedi were killed there. It caused a wound in the Force that sucks all life, aka Force, out of you if you stay too long. That is, dude, give us Knights of the... Imagine, guys.
Give us a flashback and Ahsoka to that.
Bro, imagine live action Old Republic. Like, God.
That's what Kevin Feige is doing, dude.
I don't know anymore. At this point,
that's supposedly what Feige's doing. Supposedly.
I hope so. Oh man, dude, Feige and Feige we trust. Come over, just help. J-Watt says, but you get more out of it if you watch it again too. Very true. Smuggler says, I've been rewatching Clone Wars show. I need more Obi-Wan and Annie and crew. Dude, I just started season 1 again. We're on, what episode are we on? It's such a good watch. Adrian, I know you haven't watched it, and I know you said you've tried. I say keep trying. Like, get to like season 2 or 3.
Work backwards.
Or you can work backwards, because That's a dude. I've never thought of it like that, Jonah. Ever.
Work backwards. Start with literally the final arc.
I've never thought of that.
Because you already know where point A takes you to point B. But the final arc is part of point B.
Yeah, that's a great point. I've never thought of going backwards. um, some Snoke ASMR. Hey, type in, feed me some lines, and I'll try to. I'll do it.
Oh, great. It's 2 a.m. and you're going to try and do Snoke ASMR.
Swagler says, I will say this one good thing about TLJ. It was one of the most beautiful Star Wars. And see, I think that's another thing that attracts me to it too, is there's just some beautiful scenes that I'm just like, wow, nice. Oh, everybody in the chat, I need to know this. And this is, again, this isn't divisive, so don't make it divisive. I just want to know, do you guys like puppet Yoda or CGI Yoda? And I don't even know what Jonah thinks. I will go first if anybody wants to know, but let me know in the comments. Or really quick. I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna hold you guys. I'm gonna keep it suspenseful until I see a few come in. I know which one I like, and it has a lot to do with nostalgia, but for me. So, I skip parts of the prequel as well.
For me, I'll just say this real quick. I think that if we had a puppet like we do right now of Grogu for Yoda, then easily takes the money. But as far as my thoughts as of current, I need to spend a little more time.
Wait, are you talking? So you're saying Grogu?
So if we had Grogu but as Yoda, I think that would be super cool. Like, I would prefer the puppet then.
But, dude, he is a puppet though.
I know.
Most of
that's what
Grogu?
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, Grogu is a puppet. So if Yoda was a puppet like Grogu,
yes,
easily the puppet. But I need to think about that. I don't even know if I'm gonna answer tonight.
Okay, so I think someone answered, so I'll go ahead and give mine, in case anybody's wondering. And that is, I am a huge fan of the CGI version. I've been rewatching so much Duel of the Fates, or not Duel of the Fates, the Phantom Menace, and I am actually very glad the version of Phantom Menace that exists on Disney Plus is the one with Yoda CGI. Again, it's no hate either to Frank Oz. He's a legend, or even the Yoda we see as a puppet. But dude, I became enamored with the CGI version. But again, it has to do with my nostalgia, right? My nostalgia is attached to Attack of the Clones, Yoda, and Revenge of the Sith Yoda. And considering Revenge of the Sith is my favorite movie,
I think for me, it's gonna be the puppet actually. The way that the puppet is used in The Last Jedi is amazing, and the fact that it is a puppet in The Last Jedi, like, just seals it for me. I love the CGI Yoda. Don't get me wrong, but Adrian,
what is it?
Jake Lloyd was a puppet.
Oh man, poor Jake Lloyd, man.
Oh, great! I should go to bed.
But to your point though, Jonah, what you were saying earlier, if they had the technology back then to have made Yoda Grogu-like, because if you guys are wondering, Grogu in The Mandalorian is both, he's CGI rarely, but he is CGI in certain aspects, but he's mainly this really $2 million worth, $3 million worth puppet. But
they brought him to Star Wars Celebration.
Yep,
yeah. Showed him off.
That was cool. But I know Jonah you're getting a little tired, and so am I. But really quick, if you want to stay on, you can stay on. But I'm just gonna run through these last few comments.
No, yeah, I'll stay on. It's not gonna be much longer.
Let's see. Javon needs to sleep. But hey, we're almost done. Stay with me. um, let's see. Smuggler says, I think we need to do a Clone Wars watch together. What I want to do is actually, I might do a watch of like all Star Wars things with my mom and 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 like do like reactions and stuff. So definitely Smuggler, that is definitely a possibility. Adrian says, I just can't with the animated Star Wars shows. I simply can't concentrate on them. It's impossible for me to connect. Trust me, Adrian, I know what you're talking about because for me it's happened. But I'm telling you, there's just this point where it just like you're like, oh snap, this is kind of cool. This is more Star Wars. Like it's crazy. You gotta find that moment for you. Yes, all of it, all of it.
And I stand by the start with the Siege of Mandalore.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't
And
need context. You don't
Dude-
need context. It gives you all the context.
what's crazy too is I'm like right now on season 1 and I'm rewatching. I'm like, dude, wait, this is not how I remember it. Like, I don't remember it look.
Ahsoka's a I don't want to say a bad word, but she is not the. She was made to be an annoyance
Purposely.
and I love that about her.
Yeah.
And that's why everyone loves her so much, is because she's annoying. So once you get past like the first like 2.5 seasons of Ahsoka, like as soon as she has her arc where she gets kidnapped by the Trandoshans,
Mm-hmm.
that's really where she turned around and
Yeah.
she started to become everyone's favorite character.
Yeah. And
so I
then
understand if Ahsoka is like a huge turnoff to you by watching it, if you were trying to watch it in chronological order, which is why I'm saying you should start with Siege of Mandalore and work your way backwards.
Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people have been. Some of you have said puppet. Some of you have said CGI. But I like this point. Adrian says, I do, but because he likes puppet version, but I do love the Yoda versus Dooku, which could not happen with Puppet Yoda. And I think that's what sealed it for me. Because that's just embedded in my head. Like that scene, that theater reaction, that whole experience was, and the way the music crescendos and it's like, oh, it's so cool. Or builds up, I mean. Let's see. Nice. Yeah, same. I connected more with the CGI version just because, again, it felt like there wasn't any limitations for me.
But it's also kind of nice because it shows him at two very different points in his life. One where he's like agile, athletic, and able to do all this stuff, and then one where he's kind of lost it all and has to move slower and rely on not just his own abilities.
And I like how canonically it makes sense too, right? Prequel version of Yoda.
That's what I'm saying. It's like he's.
So I like that they were able to make it make sense, right? Javon says, I know, but Grogu, yeah. So Grogu's just a modern version. Like it's because we have the technology to do it. Wacky says Disney Plus under the Star Wars menu has a section of Star Wars: The Clone Wars Essential. Oh,
they do.
I didn't know that. And I know they told us in a tweet. Star Wars did tell us in a tweet before Kenobi started to watch a certain arc of the Clone Wars.
So they have Mandalore culture episodes of Clone Wars and Rebels, and specifically season 1, episode 3, and season 2, episode 3 of Mandalorian, and season 1 and episode 5 of Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, dude, so they really do have the Clone Wars essentials. Maybe watch that, Adrian. Try that. Just try. Here, I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I still would just start with the Siege of Mandalore. Just start with Siege of Mandalore and then go to those. That's what I would say.
Basically 25-ish episodes, Adrian. Let us know. Adrian, you could do hybrid for scenes like that. Ultimately, like combination would be best. Oh, snaps. I was behind. Season 7 all the way. Yes,
Hmm.
dude. It's crazy
I
that
wish that 6 and 7 were just combined into one season. Personally, I wish it was season 6 part 2 because it felt really short as a season, in my opinion.
well, technically,
It was very short as a season.
yeah, and it had all to do because of the Lucasfilm merger or the Disney buying them and then not wanting to,
Hmm.
or just yeah, it was just up in the air when they were going to do that. So it got canceled and then it got uncanceled. Smuggler Steel says Ahsoka was annoying, but she shows so much character development. That was the point. Yep, exactly. I can't say that, but Ahsoka was a bad bae. Excuse me for my language, and I think you mean that in a good way.
Yeah, so if you combine season 6 and season 7, it's basically the length of what season 1, 2, and 3 were, and
Mm.
4. Season 5 was 20 episodes, and then season 6 was 13, and season 7 was 12.
Dude, I still can't believe, thinking back, how long the Bad Batch was. Like, I don't remember it. Did they drop 2 a night, or was it one?
It was one a night,
One a
and you
night?
took forever to watch it.
Yeah. Oh man.
I think you finally started watching it around like,
Like
oh my
literally
god,
like
there were 16 episodes
of what? Of what? What?
of Bad Batch?
That's what I'm saying. Do you remember 16 weeks of that? I don't.
I do.
It's
I
how
do.
16 weeks is divided by 4. That would be
I
4
do.
months.
I do because Aftermath took forever to get through, and I loved it, and then immediately cut and run like turned me away from the show.
Mm.
Because I loved Crosshair.
Oh
I
yeah.
loved Crosshair so much after that first episode. I was like, that's my guy. I like him. I want him to be evil.
That's funny. Let's see. Adrian says, okay, maybe I'll give it a go. If animation gets my attention, I'm fine. I'm currently rewatching X-Men, the animated show series, for the third time in 30 years and loving it. Yeah. See, if if it really gets your attention, go to the Siege of Mandalore. Go to season 7. I mean, it's crazy. That's what they market. Like, if you try to go look for the Clone Wars on Disney Plus, you'll actually kind of be confused because you'll think, oh, this is like this bubble here is just for the final season, but that's where
No,
all the seasons are.
also it was 16 weeks.
Hmm.
It May 4th to August 13th.
Dude, that is insane. I don't remember that because obviously we had Loki, we had
Well, and then you and like there was a lot going on. Like a
yeah.
lot of it was during the break too. Like the
Hmm.
Ryloth portion, wherever that was.
That's
Rescue on
interesting,
Ryloth
dude.
and Devil's Deal.
And it goes back to even though I binged it up into like we watched the finale
Oh my
together,
god, yeah.
but I binged it right before the finale. I actually in that moment when I watched the whole season, I kind of regretted not going week to week because I ended up really liking the Bad Batch. Um,
Well, now you get a chance this fall.
yeah. Did you say, dude? I'm sorry. You said 16 episodes.
Yeah.
What the dude? That is insane.
76 minutes, 32, 30, 28, 27, 26, 29, 28, 29, 30. It stuck around 30 minutes for every episode after the first one,
Yeah,
which
and if anybody's like kind of weary of the Bad Batch, again,
watch the
if you
first episode, it'll hook
watch
you.
exactly, and the reason why is because it delves into those little minutia things that are actually pretty big. So cloning, um,
Order
Order
66 in the first 12
66.
seconds.
Oh, dude,
And
I'm
if
gonna
you're a fan
rewatch
of
it.
Rebels, then you're gonna like the opening to Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Or you might
um,
like the opening because they redid some stuff to
but
characters.
Smuggler has a point earlier where she said we should do like a Clone Wars watch or just the animated watch. I think that'd be a good idea. We'll have to figure out how and what and all those good things, but I agree. And then you say the Orville is great. That's the one Seth MacFarlane made. I'm a big Seth MacFarlane fan. I'm a huge Family Guy fan, so I'm sure it is. I have to watch it, and I've heard great things, especially the revamp or whatever. Like now that it's at Hulu, I've heard
Mhm.
really good things about it. Dr. Robotnik says I can join the Discord. Can I join the Discord server again, please? You can, but you'll probably have to do it through another email or another Discord thing. Did he get banned? I don't know. The thing is once one is attached to it, I think it's hard to do it. I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that, Dr. Robotnik. Oh, the link though is in my description right now. It's like one of the first links in my description. But I do know if you are having troubles with it, you might have to create like a new Discord and like maybe attach a different phone number or a different email, because we have like security checks for you to get in. That way we don't have like people spamming. That's the reason why it's kind of difficult to get in. Not difficult, but layered with security. I don't remember Bad Batch being that long, but I had a lot going on personally at the time. I really need to watch Bad Batch again. Yeah.
I think we should do that. I think that's what we should start with, is
Yeah.
doing a Bad Batch rewatch to lead into season 2.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Wait, and season 2 is next year or this fall?
This fall.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's go. Also one says, how many sheep are in Bad Batch? I do not know.
I'm trying to figure out the
Oh, I think he's saying like sheep, like people who follow like orders type of thing.
pun.
I think that's where he's going with it.
I think so.
Good soldiers follow. No, what's the line? Yeah, good soldiers follow orders. All right, I'm gonna go and smoke some Terrican Mist. Good night, fellas. Thanks for the stream. Later, peeps. Later, brother. Thank you for being here, Adrian. And actually,
Always
that's
great to hear your opinions, Adrian.
always great. Always great. I hope next week, my greatest hope is that next week we can come together, all of us, everyone in the Star Wars community, on this final episode and talk about how badass it was. So that is the hope. Let's manifest that. And if not, we'll definitely hear from you and from everybody else. But later, Adrian. Thank you. Where am I? Dolly the clone. Let's see. Good vibes. I wish it would show it. I think those are emojis, by the way. Nice. But yeah. Javon says vibes. I do want to say tonight was great. I'm super glad we all got to talk about the show. I'm excited about episode 6. I do think we're gonna get the rematch of the century. I keep looking at that poster of Obi-Wan and Darth Vader on this desert planet, and I think they're gonna come in clutch. I think they got it. But hey, Smuggler has a great idea. Dress up for the Obi-Wan season finale. You know what? Just for you, Smuggler, I will do that. Just make sure everybody keep me honest and remind me maybe a few days before, but I will do it because I have perfect things to do that with. Ooh, Wacky makes a great point. If you start watching Bad Batch season 1 now, 1 episode per week, that would lead to the premiere date of season 2, September 28th. That's so good to read right there, that it's imminent, it's coming.
Mhm.
We're gonna get to see the cloning. We're gonna get to see the Kaminoan. Oh man, or the remaining Kaminoan, to be honest.
The only.
Bring your lightsabers. I know Jonah might. I'm gonna mine's gonna be a makeshift lightsaber. Actually, it's not here. I do have a saber. I haven't opened it yet. But screw it. I think I might.
You haven't opened it?
No, I'll save it. It's a it's a Black Series Hasbro. But that's all I will say. That's all I'll say.
You're gonna send me a picture of it, though, right? My collection or Ricky's collection?
I think Oh, you got to see your collection. Yeah, your collection, because I barely have one.
I
Just bring
I
it next week.
yeah.
Bring it next week.
Yeah, I have a few.
And then Smuggler has a great point. Everyone, if you decide to dress up for next week, even though we might not all be on screen, but maybe what I can do is if you dress up, send a picture in the Discord, I can pull it up here. Nice. Robotnik was able to join. Nice. Got a flashlight lightsaber. Yes. I'm telling you, I have like a makeshift filmmaker lightsaber. Yeah, join it, Javon. Join it. All the links are down below. But anyways, great idea,
130th
Smuggler.
member.
What's that?
130th member on the Discord.
Let's go. That's crazy, guys.
Let's get that to 200.
Let's do it. But yeah, great idea, Smuggler. Thank you for that. And thank you for everyone that was here. Wacky, Javon, Smuggler, Dr. Robotnik, Awesome One, Adrian, everybody that was here. Again, I know there was a point where I didn't really get to read many comments, but thank you to everybody that did comment. You guys all discussed amongst yourselves. I'm, again, super excited for next week. Let's continue to just send it out into the universe that it's going to be what we all want it to be. I can't wait to rewatch episode 5, actually, because that Vader Reva sequence.
Maybe we should go live at 11 next week, so we can also include more time to talk about our thoughts about Ms. Marvel.
Yeah, dude, today went by so quick.
Yeah, it just jumped by. But yeah, so again, for those who are looking for Ms. Marvel content, we are going to be starting the watch parties with episode 4 after next week. With the finale of Obi-Wan happening.
Oh, so no, wouldn't that be episode 3?
Episode 3 is next week with the Obi-Wan finale. Episode 2 just came out.
Oh, okay, you're right. No, I thought the first week, I thought right now I was realizing that they came out with 2 episodes and I only watched 1. But no. I get what you're talking about now. So yes, episode 4, we will start the watch parties for that. And yeah, so thanks for that, Jonah. And then, yeah, so Awesome One says peace. Smuggler says thank you to our host. No, thank you to you that show up, because without us, we'd be talking into the ether. Javon says stay golden, y'all. Good vibes. Thank you. And thank you, Smuggler, to you. And Jonah, thank you for joining me as you do every week. It means a lot.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to see how the internet has placed 2 movie Star Wars Marvel lovers right in the middle of the greatness that we're getting to experience these past 2 years.
I thought you were about to say Southern California.
I know. Hey, Last Jedi went like this, and I went like this.
Maybe.
And but yeah, anyways, thank you, Jonah, for being here. Appreciate the good combos, the good vibes, and everybody, again, means so much that you show up. It means so much that you comment. And you know what the coolest part is? Full disclosure too, there's maybe 6-7 people right now, but in other
instances, the whole time
you've been here the whole time, and then it doesn't bother me. Like, I know there's instances where like a video can get low views and you're like, man, this kind of stinks. What did I do? Like, but it's so funny about these live streams. Regardless of that number up there, I'm like happy to be here, like, and excited, and I care about what you all have to say. So anyways, as I do, I always drag it on, but we will end it here. Thanks again. This was episode 5 of Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Star Wars Disney Plus series, season 1. And we will see you all for episode 6 for the finale. And make sure to dress up and join the Discord and send in the pictures. And yeah. All right, everybody.
We will see you soon.
We will see you soon. Vibes, baby. Vibes. Let's go.